Battlefield, Battlefield, Battlefield. An easy game to pick up, not an easy game to master. There's many good players and many bad players. But I believe there's certain things that all good Battlefield players do that help them rise above the rest. These are things that you don't think about, you do without hesitation. You don't ask why you do it, or you don't tell yourself to do it, you just do it. If you can incorporate these things into your game, I guarantee you will become a better Battlefield player. So here's a bunch of habits which I believe to be essential to any good Battlefield player. So whether your thing is Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, or even the newest edition, Battlefield Hardline, these habits are universally useful. Whether it's past, present, or maybe even future Battlefields, I imagine these habits will still apply. So sit back, actually don't sit back, listen up and pay attention, because it's time for a schooling. Spotting, an absolutely essential part of Battlefield and something that every single player on every single team should be doing. There's literally no reason not to do it. It's bewildering to me how many people don't seem to do this, and I sometimes feel like I'm the only person on the planet who seems to spot, because I never very often see little orange triangles in the distance. So always spot. The only reason I can think of that people don't spot is because they think, oh, if somebody sees him he's going to steal my kill, so I can't let people know where he is. Fuck off. This is Battlefield, this is a team game, and if you want to be a good player, you need to be a team player. So spotting is essential. It's so much easier for everyone on your team, you included, if you can see where all the enemies are on the minimap and what directions they're coming from. No one's going to get jumped, no one's going to get flanked, it's going to be all good. So spam that spot button, let everyone on your team know where the enemies are. You might lose a few kills, but who cares who gets the kills? You can still rack up plenty of kills playing this way. I don't have any trouble getting kills and I spot everybody I see. So try to get into the habit, just pressing that spot button as much as you can and you'll find out where people are and get some cheeky kills like this. And with spotting, this brings me to my next habit. The minimap, your bestest best friend out there on the battlefield, besides your weapon of course. Just a quick example, you can see this guy here, he appears, he knows where I am, I can see where he is on the minimap, and because he stays on the minimap, it makes it stupidly easy for me to go and slot him. Whether I flank him, follow him, cut him off, whatever. Using the minimap is going to help you plan your attack on people and also help you to stay alive. Map knowledge and using the minimap are two key things for helping you stay alive. You can use it to set up ambushes on people that are coming in, like so. Hit them before they even have any clue where you are. The element of surprise is one of the biggest and best in warfare, so use it as much as you can. Check that minimap every now and again. There is probably such a thing as too much checking it, because you do need to keep your eyes on the environment as well, because not everyone is on the minimap. They're only on the minimap if they get spotted or if they're firing a loud weapon or they do something loud. So try to get this habit down you, because it could definitely save your life like it does here. Taking out a bag carrier. I see some guys behind me on the minimap, so I rush around the corner, see another guy behind me chasing me. He's obviously coming in for the melee kill. I turn around and drop him before he even gets a chance to stop running. All because I saw him on the minimap. If I hadn't seen him, he may have got me. Could have just shot me, by all means, but he chose to try and get the melee kill, which failed. Either way, keep your eyes on the minimap, because it will save your life. I guarantee it. Burst firing. The art of firing a fully automatic weapon in bursts. Which sounds like that. You don't need a burst fire mode on your weapon to do this. All this is just using fully automatic and simply tapping the trigger so the bullets come out in short bursts, rather than just spraying the bullets at them and hoping for the best. This reduces the spread of your weapon a hell of a lot, especially for submachine guns and short range guns. Works great for assault rifles, LMGs, pretty much any fully automatic weapon, and it just allows you to control the weapon a lot more, control where your bullets are going, because if you try to full auto fire at people at long ranges, you are really going to struggle. So try to get that habit going of just tapping the trigger when you see people at range. Full auto is more for close quarters, or perhaps if you see a few people bunched together at range, then it's okay to full auto. But let me show you the difference between the spread of the fire modes. So full auto, holding down, this is a short range I'd say. Burst firing. And of course, don't forget single shot. So you can see the difference between the three different fire modes. The first one, the full auto, very widespread, a lot of depth, very round shape almost. The burst fire, a lot narrower, almost human shaped, a lot more on its mark. And the single shot is pretty much dead on the mark. Of course this will vary with different weapons and different attachments, so your distance should dictate what kind of fire mode you'd use. Close quarters, go for the full auto, hose people down. Burst fire, good at short, medium and long ranges. And single shot, best at long or really long ranges. Now let's talk more about single shot, because I think this is a very underused, underrated part of Battlefield. Not a lot of people seem to use it, but my god, is it useful. Of course, mostly at long ranges. If you've got a really small target, or you've got someone who's maybe just looking over the top of a box and all you can see is their head, single shot is the way to take that head off. Here's an example. I see a sniper over here, I'm going to burst fire a bit at him. It's not really coming off, so I switch to single shot. Bang. Instantaneous headshots, dead. So if you are one to neglect single shot, please do give it a go, because I think you'll find it much more useful than trying to burst fire at enemies or just burst firing at someone's toe or someone's nose. Just the slightest part of them that you can see, single shot will help you hit that part every time. So there's a time and a place for every fire mode, and I think the difference between good and bad players is knowing when to use what kind of fire mode. Spray them down if you have to, or use a single shot, pick them off. Now in Battlefield Hardline, this is a lot less of a worry. You can pretty much full auto at people at good ranges and you'll still be able to hold the gun in places. There isn't a lot of recoil, basically a lot of spread. So on Hardline this isn't so much of an issue, but it's still good to burst fire at longer ranges. For Battlefield 4 you're going to feel it a bit more. So start this habit now, because I imagine Battlefield games in the future will have this need, hopefully. Reloading. Something you should do pretty much whenever your mag isn't full. This should be an instantaneous reflex to just press your reload button as soon as you're done with your firefight, provided there's no other immediate enemies. Of course you have to be careful. If you kill one guy, reload, another guy may come around the corner while you're reloading, and then you're done for. So try to use your best judgment and situational awareness. Get to a little safe place if you can, maybe just hit the deck, hide in a corner, whatever, just keep yourself outside just for those 2 seconds while you reload. They're just going to help you stay alive in case someone should happen to come around the corner. So sometimes it may just be best to hold your reload. Here for example, kill a guy, see another guy go past the door, you know he's coming back for that bag, so I'm going to wait, take him down and then get out of sight to reload. So this is definitely an important habit to develop, because there's nothing worse than being in that situation when charging and you're ready to do some damage, you fire like 3 bullets and then you need to reload. All because you forgot to reload in the first place. So always try to keep that mag topped up. It's going to save you a lot of hassle. Get into the habit of just pressing the reload button instantly, no hesitation. Done. Now, what happens if you run out of ammo in the middle of a firefight, I hear you cry? Well, that brings me tidily to my next habit. Your pistol should be your last line of defense in any close firefight. Switching straight to the pistol as soon as you run out of ammo in your primary weapon could potentially keep you alive, or at least just get you one last kill before you go down. This is all about getting to know your guns, getting to know the feel of how much ammo you have left, how much you've used. When's the best time to switch to your pistol? Not necessarily when you have no bullets left at all. Maybe you've only got a few left, or you don't feel you have enough left to finish off the last man or the next man. Because in the middle of a fight you don't really have time to look at your bullet counter and see how many you've got left. So you need to get to know it and develop that habit to instantaneously switch to the pistol as soon as you're low on ammo or out of ammo. And then once the shit has gone down and you feel safe, get to a nice safe place, reload both your guns and carry on. So there you go. I hope this has helped someone if you're new to the game or struggling with the game. If you try to incorporate these habits into your game, I guarantee you, you will improve. I do these things. I know a lot of good players that do these things. I'm sure there's a lot of good players that I don't know that do these things. So try to get them into your game and it will only help you. So make these into habits, get them into your head, write them down and put them in front of you while you play if you have to. Incorporate them into your game and you will become the king. I'll be doing a few other videos to go along with this, things about survival, aim, all sorts of stuff, so keep an eye out for those, or you will end up like this guy. Sky high. And dead. Hoorah. Thanks for watching.